Hey guys, once again here bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we're jumping into the new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, Gifted Warriors. This is the final of a set of 10, this is stage 70, so this will give us the final medals for the, I guess we still call them EZAs, right, but for the support memory for the Vegeta family. We're going to run the double AGL Gogeta from the 10th anniversary leads, because obviously he does give an extra boost, like the extra 50% part of his leader skill is for Gifted Warriors, but he leads Pure Saiyans, Successors and Fusion, so obviously we can run all of these guys on here. Everybody is getting the full 220% lead. The only thing we really need is to make sure, like, we've got our slot 1 units are Daima Vegeta and Great Ape Vegeta, so ideally we need to get good starting rotations and not have them like both on the same turn. So we seem okay here for the start. Yeah, good. I was going to say, as long as Great Ape Vegeta is not in slot 7, then we should be looking pretty decent here. Wow, there's no attacks in slot 1. Okay, there's a few supers in slot 1 though. In fact, I think, do all of these guys have Ki Blast super attacks? I'm actually not 100% sure. I think they do. But I guess we'll do this. So let's do that. I guess we might as well target like where the type advantage is, because like Gotenks will tank a super from Shugesh as long as it, of course, as long as it is a Ki Blast super, because he basically can't take damage from Ki Blast super attacks. He has like 99% damage reduction. Even if that part of his passive that has the chance to get the extra defense like doesn't go off, he has so much damage reduction against the Ki Blast super that it doesn't really matter. So, but yeah, Daima Vegeta should be fine in slot 1. It's a little bit annoying that there were no attacks in slot 1, because obviously he gets extra attacks if he gets hit and if he gets supered. So for him, if he gets slot 1 supered, he gets 2 extra attacks. But of course, no attacks in slot 1. But he tanks the super from Fasha for double-digit damage, because, you know, he's got the damage reduction and everything in slot 1, and he's got type advantage. Gotenks, of course, with the full 24 Ki, gets guaranteed crits, and then 18 gives him the guaranteed additional. So he will just take out Tora here straight away. No extra additional. Oh, he doesn't have a Ki Blast super. Okay, but Gotenks just got the dodge. Some of these guys do and some of them don't, and I can never remember which ones do and don't, but there you go. Got the dodge. I mean, to be fair, post-super, like, Gotenks is always going to be fine in that situation anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. And then, I mean, to be fair, the Vegeta, it's type disadvantage, so I guess if he gets supered here, that would be really bad, but of course, with the Scouter active this turn, we know he's not going to anyway, so doesn't really matter too much. And then obviously the great thing about Great Ape Vegeta is the fact that his 18 Ki super is an AoE. So obviously very, very useful for Super Battle Road here. So let's go ahead and do this and then do this. And then he's going to take a hit from Borgos. Of course it's a super, because why not, right? 163k, that's not too bad. And then a 14.6 million AoE. Crit Shugesh, crit Spardock. Doesn't crit the in unit, of course. I probably should have just targeted Fasha for Goku, because if he gets crits, he'd potentially take her out. Although, of course, if he doesn't, then he probably wouldn't. So might as well get the damage in where we know it's going to be most effective. That's the thing with the 10-year fusions. It's like, they obviously have their arguments for being the best units in the game in specific events, but like for Super Battle Road, you're never going to see Vegito or Gogeta. You could get to like the exchange turn, and then just immediately use like the other active skill, right? So like for Vegito, we could switch into Vegeta and use the Batara break if we wanted some extra defense. Or for the Gogeta card, we could switch to Goku and have the Veku attack and Ghost Usher. Although I believe that is only for one specific enemy. So obviously for Super Battle Road fights where there's multiple enemies, that active skill isn't even that, like, you know, super effective. It's still helpful, of course. But, and to be fair though, I think for this stage, I think the final boss is like one enemy, the final fight. So obviously in that situation it would be incredibly helpful. But Borgos, does he have a Ki Blast Super? I wish you could tell, like, from here. I'm fairly sure of all the enemies that do, he does. So let's do this. I bought Super Vegeta as well, just because Super Vegeta has the guaranteed stun. So he could be useful for some, like, phases. Especially, again, if the last enemy... I mean, it's only for the turn, but it basically means that against one enemy in Super Battle Road stages, like, he can't take damage because he's always going to stun them and then not get hit. So it doesn't even matter if he's not doing that much damage because we're not putting him in slot 1 and having him get hit first or anything like that. But he's still able to do plenty of damage. Alright, let's go for... So we just get rid of Goku first. We have multiple AGL units on the team, so maybe we should go for getting rid of Raditz first. So we'll do that. Ideally, we do want to get Rainbow Orbs for the Vegeta, so let's do that. I mean, obviously on turn 1, they do have their slightly extra defensive capabilities anyway, so after attacking the 10-year... like base forms should be fine. But yeah, Great 8 Vegeta, especially post super, will be fine here. It'd be nice if they actually supered the specific units that I want to be taking the supers, but that would be too much to ask, I guess. But yeah, Goku, I do love the fact that both the Gokus have the Super Saiyan 3 18 key supers, but were robbed of being on the Super Saiyan 3 and Power Beyond Super Saiyan categories, which is, I think, a mistake, but a mistake on their part. I mean, that they've done deliberately, not they did it by accident, because I feel like enough people have mentioned it by now that they would have fixed it if it was an accident. But, man, come on. We've got so many characters that are on categories because of their super attack animations or, like, active skill animations, and then they don't do it for the anniversary headliners. I mean, I guess the only argument is because it would be like they'd be on even more teams, but like, who cares? Like, don't release units that are so good. If they're so good, you're like, well, we can't put them on the Super Saiyan 3, as if the Super Saiyan 3 team is any good anyway. Like, it doesn't matter, just put them on the Super Saiyan 3 category. Like, come on, bruh. Alright, so Goku is supering here, but I guess we just do this. So, because Goku, I don't think this Goku has a Ki Blast super. So if we do this, Daima Vegeta should take out Raditz, and then yeah, we can get the full 24 Ki for Goten, and then we can get plenty of Ki for Vegeta as well. So should be a decent enough turn. Daima Vegeta obviously is going to be fine when it comes to just taking normals, and then of course Daima Vegeta, his super attack effect gives everybody else on the rotation extra defense, so that obviously helps. I think my Daima Vegeta just has the one dupe. Definitely helpful for this stage. Should eat this for double digits after supering, right? Yeah. It's a shame he didn't get slot 1 super though. Getting that free extra super is always nice. Yeah, massive overkill here. The full 24 Ki super guaranteed crit from Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks to take out Raditz, and then the extra supers here going to Goku. But yeah, Daima Vegeta having a Scouter on turn 1 is pretty helpful as well. Like, obviously you're pretty much always going to put him in slot 1 regardless, but it is nice to know where the super attacks are. And then yeah, Vegeta just getting some damage off here on Goku. Yeah, done over half in the first turn easy, so not too bad. What have we got on the next turn? Super Vegeta. I mean, I could just float the Goku. That means we're going to have Super Vegeta back quicker for the Turles at the end, and then just stun him. So yeah, we'll just do this, do this. Like, it is kind of funny to think that for Super Battle Road specifically, like, we'd rather keep the Super Vegeta on rotation than the Goku. I mean, to be fair, on this turn, he might not even get a chance to attack. Depends what Vegeta actually does here, because if he crits or potentially gets the additional super, which he didn't do. Crit on the additional normal though, of course. And then, yeah, no scouter this turn. So the super comes as a surprise, but we tank it for double-digit damage. And then Super Vegeta, 11 million. Let's go. But yeah, we get the stun. Don't quite take him out, but it doesn't matter. And then Goku finishes him off. And we can go on to the final fight. Which is pretty good timing, because we're going to have Daima Vegeta. So, turn 1. We're going to know straight away where the first super attack is. And then we are going to be plain sailing from there, I would imagine. Because Turles, his super attack is the kill driver thing, right? This old Turles, which is a Ki Blast super. So yeah, then we'll just do this. So do that. Can we get 24 Ki with Gotenks? Yep, there we go. And then fortunately the Vegeta 10-year card gets so much extra Ki from Rainbow Orbs. As long as you can grab a few Rainbow Orbs, then you're always going to be all good. And obviously Daima Vegeta also has type advantage against this Turles as well, so it works out quite nicely. Because yeah, his defense buff on super attack effect for everybody else means that everybody on this rotation has such high post-super defense. You get the extra normal attack as well from the hidden potential. Not doing a crazy amount of damage, but that's fine. And yeah, that's definitely a Ki Blast super. Which is a shame, because obviously Gotenks, especially in the earlier turns, right, like him getting hit in slot 1 by an in enemy is not really ideal. But if the super was at the beginning, then that would be great, because he just eats Ki Blast supers for breakfast, and then that gives him that massive defense buff, which he then keeps, so that even the normals from an in enemy in slot 1, he's still not going to be taking damage. But obviously in this case, it's just much better to have Daima Vegeta in slot 1. Because really, all we're getting from the counter from Gotenks is like some extra damage. Like the unit we put in slot 1 tanked the super for double digits anyway. It's not like it really matters too much. But yeah, we're going to do a ton of damage here. I'm not even sure if, to be fair, with how good like Great 8 Vegeta is defensively, I'm not actually sure that Turles can really even do anything. Because next turn we just have Great 8 Vegeta slot 1, and then Super Vegeta slot 2 and stuns him, and then that's it. If he survives the turn, we just have Daima Vegeta in slot 1 again. So, obviously we got lucky enough with we had good starting rotations, because like I say, if you get a start, especially for this team build, if you get a start where you have Great 8 Vegeta and Super Saiyan, well, and Daima, I guess Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks could go in slot 1, especially in the early fights, while you need to fix your rotations. But if your starting rotation was Great 8 Vegeta, Daima Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, then good luck on turn 2. And especially if none of them were on turn 1, then it's good luck on turn 1. So good to have the actual good starting rotation. Obviously, just with any event, ideally, you want your main slot 1 units on turn 1 and 2, so that you just have your things set up, and then the rest of the rotation's fine. If you need to float someone around to get them on a different rotation who are just going to be a slot 2 or a flowing unit, that's fine. As long as you've got your slot 1 units right off the bat, because to be fair, like we said, the difficulty for Super Battle Road's not as crazy as it used to be, but with the numbers that keep ramping up a little bit each time, the big thing is even some decent units, if you get supered in slot 1, especially if there's multiple enemies and you potentially get supered more than once. If you get supered in slot 1 without an item active, that is the main way that you end up losing these Super Battle Road runs. Of course, we had the great team build here with the 10-year fusions, who, whilst we didn't really get to use any of them, we didn't even get to the point of reverse exchanging them. So they were just kind of there floating, and everybody else did the majority of the work. But there you go. So that is the Gifted Warriors stage of Super Battle Road, defeated with no items, of course. And then, yeah, finally, clear stages 61 to 70 of Extreme Super Battle Road. And there is the support memory, leveled up, Vegeta family allies, 1 Ki and attack and defense 20%, plus an additional 2 Ki for characters who are a bond of parent and child for 7 turns. I mean, that is pretty good. You could make a very decent team, especially considering both the 10-year fusions count as Vegeta family because of the reversible exchange mechanic. So, you could very easily make a team with some of these characters that we've been using, right? Like Great 8 Vegeta, Diamond Vegeta, and get this 20% buff. Be pretty good for those of you who like to use support memories. Obviously, I'm still very much stuck in my ways of trying to do all these new difficult events with no items and no support memories, unless it's gets to that point where missions for like really wonky categories and it becomes too annoying to do so. But yeah, this is definitely very cool. And there you go. So hopefully the next stage won't take too long to come out and we can get that updated ESBR reward shot. But let me know how you guys got on with stage 70 down below in the comment section, whether you used items or not. Let me know what team build you used. And yeah, that is going to be it for the video. So this has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.